I seen him play for Liverpool for his debut, and he looked really lightweight. And then you'd never seen what were coming through. And then now you're looking at Curtis Jones at Liverpool that scored yesterday.
I think that's the difference with the manager that they have now. That's
the confidence that he gives. But I mean, obviously, there's loads of work going on behind the scenes. But so you're thinking then they're not getting the chances?
Yeah, it's obviously a mixture.
He's turning the page here.
Oh no, I've this morning I've totaled up the top 10. How many goals I scored at 90s? That's what I've done.
Right, okay. So we'll digress a little bit. When you were like this, we digress. But let's run through this, and then I want us to both pick our top 3 who we'd have from the 90s.
From the 90s, fine.
So what we got here?
Yeah, so I totaled up only league. So some of it's first division between 1992. From 92 onwards is Premier League, but league goals. I can't remember
total league goals for that decade.
For that decade, yeah, from 1990 to 1999.
Should we start at number 10?
Number 10, yes. So at number 10 we've got Dion Dublin.
Yep.
Scored 76 goals. Played at Man United, but
who was his biggest club back then? Was it Villa where he got his most goals? Or?
Coventry, probably.
Oh, yeah, Coventry.
Villa got him from Coventry, but it's worth saying that he arrived at Man United the same season. He'd won a Premier League. He broke his leg.
Yeah, he went to Man United with a massive rep, didn't he?
Yeah, from Cambridge.
Thought it was going to be a real big thing. And then he got injured, didn't he?
And he missed the rest of the season. He got enough for a medal, so he's got a Premier League winners medal.
Yeah.
But a great player, Dublin, so versatile.
Nice guy as well. He always comes across a nice guy. We hear him talking.
Yeah, could play centre half.
Yeah, I know. I can remember that.
I think he went back later in his career. I think he played for people like Leicester and Norwich.
On Champ Manager, had an ST and a C-bait side.
Yeah. I've got a lot of time for Dion Dublin. And you forget, and he's got 100 Premier League goals in total as well. He's part of that century.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Good stat to have that on your record, isn't it?
Yeah. So
10 Dion Dublin.
Yeah. Number 9, Chris Sutton.
Wow.
He got 82 goals in the 90s.
Forget just what a big player he was back in them days, don't you? Really. The move to Chelsea never worked out, though, did it?
I always thought that he was really good at Norwich, but he was good at Norwich. Not in the season that they were good, if you know what I mean. They finished third, didn't they, in the first Premier League season? And it was 93-94, but he scored 25 goals, and Norwich didn't do that well. I think they started all right, but they free-falled a lot. But to score 25 goals on a struggling side, that got him his move to Blackburn, which were a British record $5 million at the time. Then he obviously then he won the Premier League. So he proven striker. His move to Chelsea wasn't great. I think he scored 1 goal maybe. And then he went to Celtic and reinvented himself.
Yeah.
So Sutton at 9. Number 8, you're gonna like this one, Peter Beardsley. And for someone he's pretty much in his 30s the whole decade. Peter Beardsley in the 90s. Yeah. So to score, he
played for a long time, didn't he?
95 goals he scored in the 90s for Liverpool, Everton, and Newcastle.
That's good. Good return, that.
So and at number 7, you might think he'd be higher than this, but it's Andy Cole at with 104 goals.
Is that because his career went on into the noughties?
Well, no, it's more to do with the fact his first Premier League goal was like 93-94, so he's missed the beginning of the 90s.
Ah, right. Okay.
But
is this just Premier League or on the whole both League One and Premier League?
No, it's just the top division. That's all I've done it on.
So not Premier League. Is the both formats of it?
Yeah. Not second division or anything like that, because he did. That's what he got. He moved to Newcastle, scored a load, and got promoted. I'm not counting any of that. But yeah, Andy Cole. He scored so many for Newcastle, but then you forget his record at Man United, because he rotated quite a lot.
Yeah.
Some seasons he only scored 9-10 goals.
Well, they had 4
league
strikers,
goals. Yeah.
There was him, York, Sheringham, and
Solskjaer,
wasn't there?
The season they won the treble. That's his most return for Man United alone. With when him and Dwight York were up front.
Yeah.
Number 6 is your boy Robbie Fowler.
Legend.
106 goals.
Hallelujah.
Same thing. He started 93-94 with his first. When he made his debut. So he's missed out a bit.
Just imagine if he didn't have the injuries, Roy Fowler.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd have ever left Liverpool.
No.
And the numbers he'd been pulling up.
I always find it fascinating that Fowler's 3 clubs that he went to at the time are all Man United's rivals.
Oh yeah, Leeds,
Liverpool, Man City, and Leeds. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, in terms of strikers, he's my favourite ever. Liverpool one. I just think the injuries that he got. If he hadn't have had them injuries, I don't know what you could be talking about Robbie Fowler Saturday now. What did he achieve? What goal numbers he'd have got? I think you might disagree, but I think he'd possibly challenge Shearer. I do. I think he was that good. Yeah. But unfortunately for him, a bit like Michael Owen, really, to be fair, because he got a bad injury, and he kind of went off the boil a little bit, didn't he, as well? So
funny you say about Fowler. He went to Euro 96. He was injured for France 98, but he went to Euro 2000 and the World Cup in 2002, and he didn't start one game. So he's coming off the bench all the time, even if he is.
Yeah.
So he didn't get much chance. He went to these competitions, but he didn't get much opportunity.
Crazy that. I'd love to know the reason why that is. It's crazy.
Especially as well,
given how good he was.
Yeah.
I can't remember that stat he told me earlier. Never made a substitution in the 1996 semi.
Yeah.
And he sat on the bench, him and Les Ferdinand. Anyway.
So number 5. Where are we? 5th, yeah. So Teddy Sheringham actually got 109 goals in the entire 90s. I thought he'd be less than that.
That's impressive for a player who, like you said, he's more of a link man than a goal scorer.
But it's like he's got the advantage of the longevity. He played the entire decade, so he was in the first division with Millwall.
Great player.
Yeah. 4th is Les Ferdinand. Now we're getting to some good totals. Les Ferdinand got 131 goals.
What a player!
Yeah. QPR, Newcastle, Spurs.
What a player, mate.
Yeah. Obviously, went to them 2 tournaments, just sat on his bum.
I think he got a rod. I always felt sorry for him when he went to Newcastle, and when Shearer moved there, he got a number 9 to off him, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think that's awful.
Basically got told as well.
Yeah. Awful, that. I mean, can you imagine? Because he was their main man before Shearer turned up.
Well, they nearly won the title. Yeah. They had more. They were closer to the title with Ferdinand as main man than they ever were with Shearer.
Imagine that, though. I can't see that happening today. Can you really?
No.
You know, you're number 9, and you've got to change because Shearer's coming. If that had been me, I think I'd have wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I know he didn't stick around much.
Well, and the problem is, he's already saying that we've got 2 really good, but they're very similar, and it don't always work like that, does it? For a partnership. So he was only at, I think he was at Newcastle for 1 season with Shearer, and then he moved to Spurs.
Yeah, I can remember him getting his number changed, and I just thought, wow, that is completely out of order. But yeah, great player.
The third one will surprise you.
Go on.
Matt Le Tissier. I know he's not a striker, but the amount of goals he scored, 142 goals in the 90s in the top division. Matt Le Tissier scored.
I mean, you can't argue with that. I mean, I have mixed views on Matt Le Tissier. He scores some amazing goals, but I know some people think he's an absolute legend. But for me, no.
I know, he sort of wasted his career a bit, just staying where he was.
I don't know how she can word it better than that, but I just think for a player who Southampton fans talk about as being the greatest ever, I think to prove that, unfortunately, you've either got to drag Southampton over the line and win something, or you've got to move.
He had opportunities. He could have gone to AC Milan.
Yeah.
But didn't want to go. Spurs and Chelsea were also clubs. I
can remember early 90s that there were rumours that Liverpool were going to bid for him. At the time, thinking, he'd be a great signing. But then he never moved. And then he never played for England, did he?
See, I've got no problem with that, because I think you've got to build your team around Le Tissier, and I don't see England doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think. I know.
I am shocked to that one. And when we come to picking my top 3, it won't be.
No, it won't be in mine.
Even though he's at number 3, did you say?
Yeah. So you can guess the other 2. Second is Ian Wright. 165 goals in the 90s in the top tier.
Incredible.
And first is obviously Shearer, 173.
And we've got to pick 3 out of that?
Yeah.
I don't want to go just on goals, you know. I want to go on, on what they made me feel like as when I watched them and how exciting they were to watch. This is really tough. I don't even know where to start that, really. Who's that one again?
That's Collymore, but he were way down.
Oh, were he?
Yeah. There's also Owen, Collymore, Alan Smith.
As a joint 10th and stuff. All right, yeah, we'll leave them out then. Even though I do like both of them as players. Right, okay. Am I going first?
Yeah, you go first, yeah.
Right, I'm doing this before anybody moans at me, particularly just in how they made me feel as watching them as players, which I thought were great. So I'm going to go for... I'm going to put Shearer at 3. Yeah.
3?
Yeah, because I'm going on how they made me feel as a fan watching him, not necessarily on the record.
What, you don't like Shearer for England?
Loved him, mate. Loved him for England.
But you like 2 more on here more than Shearer?
Yeah, but we're not talking about him playing for England. We're talking about him as players, aren't we?
Yeah, you can do it how you want. But I'm just, either way, I'm absolutely gobsmacked.
I'm thinking from like a love affair kind of point of view. of who I love to watch, and I did love to watch. See, I nearly didn't put him as 3 because I was thinking about Peter Beardsley.
I think if you hadn't named him in the top 3, I'm walking out.
Yeah, well, but 2, I'm going to go Ian Wright.
Right.
Because I love Ian Wright and I love everything about him, his passion, his personality, and I thought he was a great player to watch. And I've got to put God as number 1. Just because behind John Barnes, he's my favourite ever Liverpool player.
Yeah. And
I just think that, watching him as a Liverpool fan in mid-90s was something special. He was special. He was special. You can't say he had loads of pace. You can't say he was particularly skillful. But he knew where back at net were like nobody else.
Yeah.
And his finishing was just breathtaking at times. So, yeah, I'm going Shearer, Ian Wright, and God as number 1.
See, I'm picking the same 3 in a different order.
Way up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So, it's difficult. I really like Les Ferdinand. But
he's struggling here.
Yeah, but I agree, Fowler. But then again, Ferdinand did it at QPR. No, I'm having Ferdinand.
Oh, it's changed.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, Fowler's forfeit for me.
I don't mind.
Ferdinand at QPR, that's not a good side really at all. And he's banging him in for them. He nearly won the title for Newcastle.
I think that's a really good shout, mate, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, I'm a little bit biased because I'm a Liverpool supporter, and Robbie Fowler's like one of my all-time greats, so it's going to be a little bit biased from me because I'm going on how they made me feel as a fan. But I think Les Ferdinand is a really good shout because I think he's a really good player.
Yeah. So Ferdinand third, and I'd have Ian Wright second. I don't think you can argue. Like you say, some of it's... The array of goals he scored, he weren't just a poacher.
No, he weren't.
He scored some great goals.
He weren't. He had pace. He was exciting, mate. That's what I mean. You never knew what you were getting out of him.
There's one goal, might be first Premier League season against Everton. It's unbelievable. He knocks it over. I think is it Matt Jackson for Everton. He knocks it over with his left foot, then knocks it over again with his right foot, and then knocks it over the keeper. And it's all in one movement.
Yeah.
So the ball doesn't touch the floor. So he just great play, right? And I cannot have anyone but Shearer up top.
No, fair enough.
I really like Shearer anyway.
No, I do, mate. I don't dislike Shearer. I do like him. But what I was going on was not necessarily on the records of what they've done. It was just how excited I got watching them players play.
See, I didn't mind who Shearer played for either. So, like when he scored, I was like, oh yeah, good. I'm glad he's scoring.
I would have massive. I thought that when were it 95 that won the league with Newcastle?
Blackburn, you mean?
Sorry, yeah. Newcastle fan, sorry. Blackburn fan, sorry. And then obviously he rolled it on into 96 and his performances obviously Euro 96. I think he got a raw deal for a long time, whereas he never got, not from this country, but we were talking about at the weekend about Ballon d'Or winners. What did you say he came?
He came third in 96.
Are you telling me that under one of them seasons, given the amount of goals that he regularly scored, he didn't deserve to win that trophy? And the reason why he didn't win that trophy is because he played in England and he was English and he wasn't, maybe at that time, a fashionable striker. He was an old-fashioned kind of striker.
Yeah, because he's up against the likes of Brazilian Ronaldo at the time. People like that who are obviously easier on the eye, aren't they?
But I remember giving you another massive statement here as well. Didn't Michael Owen win the Ballon d'Or? Was
in 2001?
Yeah. Right? This is a statement I'm going to part with, right? I might get some grief for this. I think Shearer, for longevity and what he did, was twice the player. And never won it.
I think in the period Michael Owen was great, he was great.
Yeah.
Like the first few years. But then he started getting injuries and he would...
Yeah, I think if... Same with Fowler. I think if both of them had the big injuries.
The Ballon d'Or that Owen won is basically on the 5-1 England match. And he also, if you remember, he won that FA Cup final by himself.
So
there's two massive things he did in 1 year, I think.
But you're not... all right, it's hard to with Shearer because obviously he didn't win any... Apart from the Premier League, he didn't win anything else, did he really, of any substance? So, in fact, I don't think he did win anything else, did he?
No, he never, no other major trophies.
Maybe that's maybe I'm being unfair to the Ballon d'Or. Maybe it's because he wasn't playing in Europe every season, and obviously he was at maybe, if you like, an unfashionable club in Newcastle. And I'm not saying, by the way, that Owen was a bad player, but I just think Shearer's longevity, how many goals he scored consistently, to me, if you was to pick one of those two players to add into your history of your club, given what they did, you'd take Shearer all day long.
Yeah,
because it'd probably improve how many. If you stuck Alan Shearer in a, I hate to say this, But Man United was a dominant team of that era.
Could have gone and all. Yeah,
What do you think they might have gone on and won even more?
Yeah.
With him in the lineup. It's just, what a player.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying I don't like Shearer, I do. But just when I look at him, I was going purely on emotion, on what I liked, and Wright and Fowler for me, unfortunately, are above him.
It's fair enough.
But why?